Lumi shines with a spark so bright, chasing dreams through the endless night. With a heart full of wonder and a mind so free, she's here to share her world, come and see. It's Lumi's time, the story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channel's here, let the magic flow. From the stars to the sea, there's so much to find. A journey awaits with every step of the mind. Creativity flowing, she's ready to explore. Every moment's a chance to open a door. It's Lumi's time, the story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channel's here, let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear. Story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channel's here, let the magic flow. Let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear.
Well. There we go. Welcome to the show, everybody, and we are back. We were working on the printer earlier, and it's going to be a whole video on its own how that works. But Michelle and I have been working on the printer, and just take a headband. These headphones keep my hair back out of my face, so it makes it easier. So you had a good night show last night, but some people noted that sometimes the Discord panels get a little wild. They do. One of the members was extremely aggravated from last night's show, feeling that everybody was talking over me and we didn't get a chance to talk much. Well, that's not entirely true. I didn't really have a lot to say, other than the fact is that, you know, we're here and working on a project, but probably would be as exciting for most people as watching paint dry. But it did go pretty well last night. About 4 hours. And then one of the other members was getting a little bit aggravated, and he started yelling and carrying on. And I just said, it was already 11 o'clock. I said, I'm getting ready to go to bed. I'm tired, you know. I don't get like 4 hours sleep out of the deal. Yeah, so you wanted to say, you said, I need to wrap it up and you let everybody know that about 30 minutes before that we're going to be wrapping up shortly. So it's not like you didn't tell them in advance that they were going to wrap it up. How you doing, Nads? Good morning to you. Also, Michelle would like you to remind her, where is the playlist that you've been compiling for people so that Michelle can get it in for tonight. Yes, absolutely, Nats. If you got that playlist that you're compiling for people, we'd like to throw it in tonight as well in Silver Moon. Because as you can see, I know you can't, but I'll show it anyway. We don't have the 2 turntables set up here right now. We have the printer here right now. So that we can't play records right now on this turntable. We can play records on the other turntable in the other room, but which sounds better anyway. I'm sorry, Crossley, but really, your tone arm sound reproduction on the Voyager really isn't that good as compared to the way Michelle set up on the other turntable. If only she was a wee bit more bassy. Don't push your luck. At least you got the turntable playing the record in a way that doesn't sound too irritating. And of course, you could always go ahead and upgrade back to a magnetic cartridge. Yeah, you could upgrade a magnetic cartridge, and every time I move, I always end up spending another $30. I moved. Oh, guess what? Take me another $30. I don't want to keep paying you to go back to ceramic and shut your mouth. Just put add to your existing playlist, please. If you can consolidate your playlist together, you got music I'd like to add to both playlists. If you could add them all into one playlist, then we can just keep playing the playlist and not have to worry about going, gee, what's the new playlist? If you keep adding to it, it gets longer and longer and longer and longer, and then we can go and play that longer playlist. Exactly. So you don't have to create a new playlist every show. That is just... A lot of people sometimes want to hear the same songs, sometimes in another second show. Plus, YouTube is going to be putting in its own ideas into the playlist when it's over. So what YouTube then does is goes, gee, I see you've been playing a lot of Led Zeppelin. So we're going to keep playing Led Zeppelin for you. Especially at the end of your playlist. Yeah. Which can be an advantage. That'd be cool because it makes it easier. Just keep adding, and then we have the one list, and we can just keep going through it and over, and there'll be new stuff added to it. Like Gemini Jam and other people keep reminding everybody, is Michelle, the day is going to come when Kick is going to wisen up and is going to start enforcing the DMCA even more so. Yeah. Hi, Bradley. Good morning to you. Good morning, Bradley. I just suggest, Nads, if you can, is when you do the playlist, we'll randomly play it. That's no problem. But just make sure to watch out for getting duplicate songs in your playlist, because that can happen a lot, especially if you're just adding suggestions from people. And next thing you know, you end up with 3 Michael Jackson thrillers, 2 Belinda Carlisle's Heaven on Earth, and 3 copies of Life Sucks, and then you die. And then you're going to end up going, why am I keeping hearing the same song over and over again? It's because they're not individual, unique songs. It's kind of like Michelle's playlist. Music playlist has a lot of music songs that kind of repeat. Yeah. Oh, speaking of songs, everybody who's ever heard the latest song about the cottage knows that Michelle worked hard on that one. It's true though. The cottage song went very well. You did. You showed your dream cottage that ChatGPT came up with that you like. I like the one that it came up with because it's really cute. Blue heaven is a place on earth. Yeah, well, Belinda Carlisle did a great song. I'm right here. Michelle's on this side. No, this side. I'm here on this side. I'm here. This is Lumi. I'm Michelle. Okay. So I guess we can talk about this printer. Do we have to? I was just testing some printing out earlier. I bought some paper last night from Staples. It'll be here Wednesday. A big box of fan fold, tractor fed paper. Talk about blast from the past. Just like I was working with the printers, Adrian's digital basement was messing around with old modems. And I was watching him talk about the old days of bulletin boards. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Kind of would like to consider restarting one myself. Maybe I might go ahead and set up Opus or Maximus. I do get this little Mac Mini's on 24 hours a day. There's no reason why I couldn't quietly run a bulletin board in the background. Oh, Lord. A bulletin board calling in on the old house phone number. And have to get waking up every time the modem connects. Beep. Yeah. Well, she doesn't have to necessarily delete them. She could just move the songs from one list to the other. But if she keeps the same playlist, then Chic Michelle doesn't have to worry about saying, gee, which playlist are we on today? It's kind of like with the chat and Google Meets. Right now we're on HVR. Let's get that open. And so let's see. Window. Okay. Save. All right, share. Ignore. It's fine. It's cool. All right. So the printer. No. That's where the content creator needs to make sure not to keep the same songs in the playlist over and over again. In case someone keeps requesting the same song 15 times over. Yeah, Blue Heaven is a Place on Earth. It was just Heaven is a Place on Earth by Belinda Carlisle. And let's not forget The Beat by the Go-Go's. Oh, yeah. We got the beat. Everybody got the beat. Yeah, we got the beat. I got the buzz. I'm not kidding when I said it. The printer makes a printing sound that makes a buzzing noise when it prints. That's because it's got 9 little pins slamming into the paper with quite strong impunity. No, we randomize it. We do randomize it, but if the playlist is long enough, if Nats, for example, took her original playlist and added all those songs to the new playlist, it's like 100 plus songs on her original playlist, for example, then all we have to do is just load it in and let the machine rip. It doesn't even have to do any more except station identifications and stuff. Yeah. Speaking of, we fixed the printer a bit and cleaned it up. We did. I guess I could show that real quick. Remember, this thing was filthy. We cleaned it. It's because originally this carriage cracked a couple years ago. And we tried to fix it a whole bunch of different ways. Michelle finally nailed it. with some very strong adhesive on the rear. They still got the electrical tape on the, or that's shipping tape. Duct tape on the front. And I'm terrible putting this thing back with one hand. Michelle's hand is she's left-handed anyway. Yeah. Well, at least I put it down. Good. At least then Rusty can lay his fat ass on it and not have to worry about the printer deciding to break under his sheer weight. He's a heavy cat. He's very heavy. Yay, heavy. He's weighs quite a bit. Yeah. So we have 9 watching right now. I guess for my channel, it's not too bad. Now, for your channel, it's actually pretty good. Yeah. Let me update my count here. All right, so. Yeah, Soprano was made in 1991. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's made in 1991, and unlike my Lexmark, still working just as good as the day it came out of the factory. Lexmark printer, however, because of its cheaper construction, would still last quite a while. One, it has a problem of the control board has got a broken expanded memory socket for this to add the memory back up to 16 megabytes. And that's a sad reality, is it is broken. Yep. What else we got? Okay, we got the printer. Let's see. We have the paper feed on the old laser printer doesn't really work all the time. It jams, gets stuck, and you have to keep babysitting this stupid thing every time you want to print a page. So it uses toner cartridges that are impossible to get. Yeah. Then they changed the firmware and the part number codes in the new toners. So when Michelle loads a new toner in, even if it's from the same manufacturer, it gets rejected immediately. So then she had to basically pull the old toner chip off the old cartridge to put it into the new cartridge so she could print it all. Because of stupid digital rights management. Then sometimes the toner gets loose and spills over every page. This printer doesn't have that problem. Nope, it's just got a standard ink ribbon in it. No toner, no must. Also uses a hell lot less power. Like, look, less than 100 watts. Yeah, whereas the laser printer uses about 7 amps. Or about 800 watts. Yeah. I mean, I liked the Laser Pro when I bought it. I thought it was great. And it served me for a long time. But honestly, sometimes I just don't want to mess with a printer where I have to basically babysit the sucker. And since, unfortunately, I can't get access or use my memory upgrade module for it because the socket's broken on the motherboard, I'm stuck with whatever the printer is by default. So advanced graphics will give you a memory full error, and then you can't print them. Well, you got to deal with what you got. And this printer's been sitting up on top of the cabinet for years saying, I'm just a printer. I'm just a boring printer on the top of this cabinet. I'm bored. I haven't been used a long time. I want to do some work. I want to print for somebody. I want to do some work, somebody. Put me to work, somebody. Yeah. Whitney Houston would kill you. So we just figured since they had it here and we wanted to use it to print some things, I said, you know what? Let's put it to work. Let's put it to work. It takes less space than the laser does too. So the reason why Rusty was annoyed with it yesterday was he saying in kitty form, "Ew, it stinks." Yeah, it does stink. It smelled pretty bad. It smelled really, really nasty. Because of the fact that it was just, remember, it was old as new again, basically. Same thing with cassettes, same thing with records, same thing with CDs are coming back, DVDs are coming back, Blu-rays coming back. So, yeah, it makes sense. You know what I noticed? This cover hit now that you glue it has a nice advantage. What's that? It locks down pretty tight. It does. Yeah. And there's something nice when you can feed in a whole shitload of paper in the back and have printouts just coming out page after page after page without paper jams. Or when you want to I made duplex printing on a new printer is kind of nice. I had one that a multifunction device from Epson that did this, where you could basically say load in a whole shitload of paper and then just basically print and tell it to print on the backside, and then the printer would do whatever it does and flips the page over to print the other side. But I remember when you probably asked yourself, did they ever make a laser printer to use fanfold paper? Yes, I did see a commercial one that did. That was a laser printer. And it used to work where the printer would be in the middle. The fanfold input hopper of the 9.5 by 11 was fed in on one side, and it would go through the drum and everything just like with a normal laser, and then it would go through the fuser assembly on the other side, and then all the tractor-fed paper that was printed on would come out the other side. The University of Connecticut stores used it to print acceptance letters and welcome letters to students. And that's how they would print it. Let's just hope that we don't have to have much problem with Michelle's teeth on the 15th or 16th. I gotta go ahead and make the trip plan with Uber. Yeah, I know. Rusty's here. Are you gonna be nice to me today, or are you gonna be swatting at me all morning? Well, he's chilling out, so I guess the printer meets his expectations. Yeah, it does. He knows. He still likes to clum and close, though. I don't know why he does that. He likes to play, and he doesn't get a lot of playtime. I know. Oh, yeah, you can have plenty of fun with the tractor feed leftovers. Parts that peel off are like perfect for cat toys. They're just basically Michelle's cats all used to play with. And she would have like a 60, 70, 80 of those strips, and she just lays them on the floor. And Morris, and Tiger, and Rusty, when he was very young, I think maybe had some to play with too. Yeah. Let's get the kitty cat on camera. Now, well,
the story how AM 1610 Silver Moon Radio came to be. 300 years after.
All right. Shut it up. Michelle's cat pushed the wrong buttons and Michelle couldn't even realize it. That's because the printer's sitting where he normally sits. There we go. Then got his couple square inches. Okay. So let me show you the cat. Here he is over there. You say, I really would like to be able to lay here. Oh, I know. Just don't push the buttons in the books, okay? would appreciate if you don't. Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, so. There we go. So. I have some catnip. Hey. Put the claws away, cat. Come on. We'll pet you, we'll be sweet to you, but put your claws in my face. I'm going to be pretty pissed with you. Maybe you can help comb your hair. Oh my god, no. Yeah, I was going to pet him over there. Make sure not to put too much weight on the cover, Lumi. You'll crack it. No, I know. You just glued it. I know. So, we're not going to be leaving the printer here the whole time because of a lot of reasons. Number one, I just didn't want to use a print a specific job. Once we put the job, we can just put it back on the shelf again. He likes his attention. That's the thing with Rusty. He definitely loves his attention, but the problem is sometimes I gotta clean this table off. We just kind of haphazardly, quickly just cleaned it up so we can get the printer up here, but we still got a lot of junk to throw out. Yeah, we do. Thanks, Nats. That's because I'm using the headphones as a headband to keep my hair up on my face. You can see here my side ears. We found out that Iridani did change the latex formula because we found one of the old ears that were still in good shape, and they were stiffer than the new ears that we have. And I don't know if that was because somebody didn't make the molds as thick, or they changed the formulation because of cost of latex, which has gotten really, really expensive from the rubber trees. So there's a lot of work that's involved when making synthetic ears. I don't have any edibles. We don't know where they are. No, we don't. But, so Naz, if you could do me a favor later on today, just to remind me, send me a link to the playlists, plural, because I'm sure the new one hasn't been added a lot of music yet, but we'll play it along with your playlist. Don't try to shift between the two playlists. Actually, he's not really that fat. He's not skinny either. No, I know. It's like you. He's fat, but he's not like... He doesn't look ultra fat. So... Thanks, Nats. Let's see. What else we got going on? The weather coming up. Oh, God. Here we go. This weekend is going to start to warm a little bit. Today, tomorrow, Monday. However, we're not going to see seasonal temperatures this week or next week, but we're going to see warmer temperatures of about 18 to 22 degrees Celsius. That's about 66 to 72 72. So it's gonna be overcast again, but it is gonna be warming up a little bit. Yay. The only thing is the we can't go Cumby, so we have to eat otherwise. Well, right now, I really got to worry about my budget right now because the hair salon, not the hair salon, sorry, the dentist is going to be taking a lot of my credit card. Oh, yeah, the credit card. Yeah, do you know what they're going to say? Hey, you know what? It's going to cost you. Start paying. No, I need more than that. I need like 1,000. What? Pay or no teeth. What a dilemma. And the reason that is because I don't have Medicaid. I only have Medicare. I don't have Medicaid. That's kind of a luxury item right now. I don't think teeth is in the same category. Nope. No, I definitely think teeth are a much higher priority than getting a tattoo on my chest saying North American Snow Queen with a big snowflake. Right between the two twin rows, huh? Michelle did talk about getting that in blue. But, oh yes, teeth are way more important. What good is a tattoo when you can't chew? What good is having a nice tattoo on your body when the only one that's going to be seeing is the person looking at your casket? Because you died of starvation because you couldn't eat anything. You know. Yep, indeed. Is there any sun coming out? Not really. It's still kind of meh out there. It's not that nice. Still in the meh category. Yep, still lots of meh. Well, I know I'm brain dead, but you did at least get your teeth done first. Or at least about a few weeks ago you did anyway. How did your teeth get so bad anyway? Was it just because you couldn't find a dentist you could afford? That was what the problem we ran into was. It wasn't because we didn't do dental care like brushing your teeth or stuff. We did, but it's just we had no dentist for years. And then finally our insurance plan offered us dental care and we took it. But if we had the Medicaid, if we had gotten our Medicaid before, used our Medicaid before last year, before they canceled the program, we could have probably gotten the teeth done for free. Okay. Alright, I understand the neglect. Michelle uses tobacco, so she understands the drugs concept, at least in part anyway. And also some of the prescription medications that we're on are also caused a lot of damage too. Used to be on a lot of them. Used to be on statins. That stuff was terrible on teeth. Oh yes. I don't have tattoo. Now. I've heard people without tattoos don't know how to read. I don't think that's necessarily true. Because I can read quite fine, thank you. But what happened was over the years, my eyesight started betraying me. Yeah, that's the problem. It's not that Michelle can't read, it's Michelle can't see anymore like she used to be able to read books a lot, documents, and stuff like that. I'm kind of a leader too, but I think it would be really weird if you saw me wearing my convocation outfit and you see a big fat ASQ between my boobs. I think somebody already figures it's you when they see your ears. Yeah, no. So I'm sorry about last night. That last night's show was kind of aggravating for some people. I think overall it went okay. I didn't really have a lot to say because, like I said at the beginning of the show, because I was kind of tired. It was like, oh, I wasn't sure how long the show was going to be. I knew it wasn't going to be an hour because I knew for experience that the show never is going to be an hour. And second of all, everybody would be pretty upset if the show was only an hour. So I held off for 4. So am I. Yeah, but why even bother have clothes at all? I mean, why have a tattoo at all if no one can see it? I mean, it's a tattoo is an expression, you know? So if you want to put a tattoo, you want people to see that tattoo. Why go and spend all that money for a piece of art that basically no one can watch or look at? Thank you very much, but I just think Michelle was right when she said that, she's sorry that the show seemed for a few people to be not exactly the greatest. I thought it went okay too. I didn't see any major problem with it. Michelle was mostly just listening to everybody. And by the way, Rusty's not the only one that's saying he misses the black turntables here. If I had a place like put printers and fax machines here, I had a dedicated spot. I don't think he'll touch you. Don't worry about it. Bergs is just a man who's circulating and draining in his own misery. Brad, I wouldn't even worry about it either. Just leave it alone. I was very happy Gaming Theory came up on the show yesterday. Absolutely. So, she's not here right now. I want to say thank you for coming last night, everybody, including Gaming Theory. That's because you got Mr. Testosterone in you. That's why you got muscle tone like that. You may not look like it, but for human, everyday human, you're pretty strong. Plus, you get plenty of workouts every day when you have to move things back and forth in the truck. As far as what me and you talked about in the DM, I'll just quietly say this. This is a suggestion for anybody. If you ever get upset with anyone, you can always try to talk to me about it. I'll do what I can to help you. But here's one suggestion you can do regardless. Write a journal, do a video. Don't show the video to anybody. Just shoot your mouth off at the camera. It's for you. It's your journal. It's your diary. So you then write this journal entry, and now you have something that you can go back at when you calm down the next day and listen to what you were upset about. And then when you calm, say, how can we resolve this for the future? I'm not sharing DMs because it's a very simple suggestion that anyone can do. If you ever are upset, just journal it, write it down, or just do a video for yourself. You don't have to put it out on YouTube. It's for you. It's your scrapbook. It helps to allow you to review it the next day if you choose to, and say, okay, I understand why I'm upset. So now let's see if I can try to make myself less upset.
Oh, yeah!
That's always a good idea. It really is. We do that a lot ourselves. Sometimes we'll just shoot off of video. We don't make it public. We just basically just go off on a tangent and start whining on camera. Well, we'll try not to whine too bad, but we'll just go through and discuss what's bothering us. And then sometimes, especially if we're mad or upset, and then we'll go back the next day and we'll play it back and go, what can we do differently? It's actually a form of therapeutic. You can do the same thing with writing in a journal if you choose also. It helps you to organize your thoughts. And you also get to understand what was upsetting you and see if especially if it's a recurring issue, you can look back why it is so you can start to resolve it. That's true. That's true, right? I think Bradley's a very nice guy, and I know and Brandon, you're a nice guy too. Actually, everybody here is nice and wonderful people for the most part. Even Noodles has got his moments. If you ever talk to Noodles off the show, when he's not trying to act as Mr. Entertainer, you actually can see he's actually pretty decent. Whereas when he's putting on his stage mask and he starts saying stuff like, you gotta get rid of this person, that person. Oh, do you see the size of my last poop? I measured it. It was 18 inches long. I really wouldn't care about that, but or it was a toilet clogging special. I had to call Roto-Rooter in to go ahead and get on the auger down my toilet to get my shit down the drain. I don't want to hear that. But if he really is so, that's what the term anal means. Yeah. If you go back to Sigmund Freud and Jung, he talks about these people get stuck in certain phases. And anal is what that's about. Is fixation on poop. What about people that have a fixation on piss? Urinal. Urinal. Probably that's what would be right, yeah. Whereas for me, I'm more interested in the other end of the body. The brain side. Michelle's a thinker. I'm a thinker, and I'm not much of a stinker. Trust me. Nah, you don't make a lot of poo. I mean, I do poop, of course, but not as much. Oh yeah, you mean like Joseph Grace? Always talking about the act of cultus. Yeah, he's got a fixation on that. I think a lot of people have fixations of different types. You got people that are foodies. I'm a foodie. Yeah, you're a foodie, but you're... No, I understand that, right? That you're a thinker too. It doesn't hurt to be hot. No, I understand that. Sex appeal helps. Well, I think that it's really interesting, though, when you think of how much our world has changed in the last few years. How so? Like, if you look at how many things that you do every day, you're a technical person, you're smart, and there are some people on the channel that don't understand your cerebral nature. But you're a great person, and that's what makes you stand out. And I know a lot of people on this channel are smart people. They have different interests, though, but that's what makes this channel awesome. That's what makes people special. Because everybody has their unique talents. Imagine if everybody was all the same. My God, the world would be a bore. It's true, though, that there are some people in the world that may not be as good, as capable as other people, but that doesn't mean that they don't have a skill that they excel at, that the other people are saying, gee, I wish I could do that. For example, you could have a man or a woman that may, for whatever reason, maybe to form of low functioning autism, that they can barely speak much. But put them in front of a keyboard like a piano, and the next thing you know, they're playing sonatas by Mozart without even thinking about what they're playing. They're just strumming the keys, playing rock and roll, or Mozart, or Puccini, or Vivaldi, or Beethoven, or Bach. Whereas Michelle doesn't have the knowledge to play a keyboard, but certainly would love to listen to good music. So when somebody was to sit down and do a recital for Michelle like that, she wouldn't care how smart you were or whatever. She would just be totally enjoying herself listening to the music. And then you got other people that are good with cars and mechanical devices that can look at an engine and listen to the sound of it and go, I know what you got to fix. You got to replace this part here and this because this valve ring is the wrong size. How did you know it was the wrong size? You didn't even take the engine apart. Because I can hear the oil sloshing around between the piston rings because there's like a gap. That's the kind of people we have here. Everybody's got special skills. How you doing, David? How you doing today? So, like I said, not everybody is the same level of skill set because everybody's skill set is uniquely their own. I mean, take a look at, for example, what I know about some people here. Say noodles. I'm going to use noodles because, well, he originally was a garbage man. He working for his family's trash hauling company. Okay? And he did that for a few years before he started getting into what he's doing now, working in government contractor, doing installation work for control systems. I mean, there's good money to be made in trash hauling. There's nothing wrong with that. But clearly, that's not really his forte is. His forte apparently is, for his career, is installing control systems. But also, he also can add his YouTube channel as his career too. Because that's where, again, he's showing his humor and his sense of showmanship. Michelle and I have channels, but they're different than his. We respect his channel as his own content. Just as Michelle respects my channel as my own content, hers is different. No, ours is more similar than different. Yeah. Oh, you order from Walmart. Okay, there it is. We actually order from Instacart, but pretty much do the same thing. The reason why we have to babysit the Instacart so much is because their stupid thing has our address wrong on GPSs all over their system. So we have to give people specific directions how to get here. Okay. Yep. I went and bought some milk yesterday. Yeah, we did. I bought some printer paper for the printer because I don't have really much fanfold printer paper here. Where is it? There's some samples of it underneath here, Michelle. Clearly, she has seen better days. This is fanfold printer paper. It's been shredded up quite a bit over the years, and it's all wrinkly, and that's all I have left of it. So I ordered a box from Staples, and it'll be delivered Wednesday. And what I'm surprised about is how expensive it is for 1,000 sheets. It's like, what was it, $40? Something like that. $4. $40. 46 actually. So it's like 4.6 cents a sheet of paper. Yeah, but the problem is the city of Winston themselves made things even more confusing when they renamed Park Place into North Main Street. And we live in we live on Main Street. So what happens is right at the fork where Main Street and North Main Street is, it then becomes South Main Street. I think they should have just kept it labeled Park Place. Because now I have to tell them very clearly, I'm on Route 44, not 183, because if I don't, the poor guy goes at the Park Place Hardware, which is also 112 North Main Street. Yeah. So I had to give very specific directions explaining that we're across from the old Morsel Monk, which is now, I don't know what it's called now. I gotta go double check the name outside. Oh, by the way, yes, the old Cumberland Farms, like I said yesterday, is being renovated. Yes. Not surprisingly, as you can bet, they're going through a complete gutting demo inside. And fixing it up for another store. I don't know what kind of store it's going to be. It could be another convenience store. It could be another convenience store. But it's obviously not going to have a lot of parking, so... Well, since they took the gas pumps out, or Cumberland Farms did, that maybe that's going to make it a lot easier, because now they have more parking spaces. Yeah, I know, it's not bad for the paper price. But here's the nice thing about this paper, though. Michelle said it. It's like a marathon candy bar. It goes on and on and on and on and on. So all you have to do is take 1,000 sheets of paper, feed it into the back of the printer, and let it rip. And it will print and print and print and print. Until Rusty gets mean with his claws and then rips the paper in half. And then they have to fix that. So, we're going to be doing a lot of small print jobs. One of the things I think we should do, Michelle, is to... Well, what kind of computer are you looking for? What do you want for features in a computer? Would a refurbished one work for you? I mean, that's why always tell people is before you start plunking down a huge chunk of money on a computer, is look at what you need it to do and then base it on that. If you're doing just a lot of word processing and desktop editing, it's probably not going to need a lot of fancy stuff for text files. If you're doing a lot of video, however, the more RAM you can go at it, the fastest video card that's compatible with your video editing program is going to make a big difference. Well, new teeth are a high priority for Michelle, so she's getting them in June and probably July. If we're lucky enough, it's just getting the 2 partials in the front and removing the broken molar in the back and maybe putting a new molar, or I think they would have to put a molar in the back of an implant, or they would have to bond it to the back of the last tooth. That's still the last molar that's still in the back there that's not broken. I got a couple that are not broken. Yeah. And let's go right in the center between the 2 existing molars. I'm going to tell you I just go to the store, but I literally just get DoorDashed. We already got one picked out. It comes with everything. Okay, but what about your existing monitor and mouse you already have if it's in physically good shape, maybe even keyboard? What if you don't need a new monitor or mouse or keyboard? Then you just need to get the main guts. You know. But I don't know what you got, and I don't know what your intentions are either, so. Michelle likes to live by the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Yep. I mean, this is an M1 Mac Mini I bought used in it with 16 gigabytes of RAM and a 512 gigabyte hard drive, and it's been a good machine. I haven't had a problem with it. I mean, I wanted to originally buy the Mac Pro when it came out, but I didn't have the money, and so I just bought this one used. And then it's funny because as I bought this one used, my old Power Mac, my old Mac Pro just gave up. It just went poof, stopped working completely. Oh, I see. Okay, so you do need a monitor. Gotcha. All right. What are you going to do with your 3 laptops? You realize you can just buy a monitor and use your laptops with an external display in most cases, right? That's true, you can, yeah. See, I had monitors, I had mice, so I just needed the M1 Mac Mini, so that's why I bought the M1 Mac Mini. I didn't need to buy extra stuff like monitor or smart mouse or anything of that stuff, or the Apple flat aluminum Pro keyboard that looks like a chiclet keyboard. Yeah, I hate those low profile keyboards too. They suck because they're just like, it's like typing on chiclets. It'd be like typing on a Stream Deck. Yeah, pretty much. Did you see you trying to type in a Stream Deck? A big 64 button one. Okay. That would make sense. I got 2 laptops of my own too. 2 MacBooks. We have one picked out. It comes with everything. So, can I show my artwork? Oh yeah, you can do that. You want to show the house or something? Yeah. Let's show you something here. This kid Michelle's like, well, let's show some people something. Let's take it over here, ChatGPT. Just gonna show some artwork. Okay, so let's get this on the screen here. There you go. These are some pictures that Michelle was working with on ChatGPT. She said, I've been still watching a lot of videos on bobcats lately. What if ChatGPT had Kitty Linux, and I was like, what would be a good logo for it? And it's a bobcat logo with ChatGPT. Golden Girl said, outside with crazy people, she says. Well, that sounds good. Yeah, we don't have a grill. And of course, I sent to ChatGPT a picture of Rusty. I said, that's my cat Rusty right there. And I said, now what if Rusty was a logo for Kitty Linux? and that's what they created. Okay. Whereas I got the Dell Precision 6360 with 32 gigabytes of RAM. It's 512 gigabyte SSD, 8 gigabyte hard drive. I did not buy a keyboard or monitor or mouse, but I already had one. It has hookups, has a both an NVIDIA W2000 card, low profile, which supports up to 8 DisplayPort monitors, plus the motherboard itself has Intel integrated graphics, 2 built-in DisplayPort connectors, and an HDMI connector. It just doesn't have a built-in Wi-Fi adapter, but I don't use Wi-Fi anyway, so NBD for that. And it's got the standard 3 or 2. Make sure I get this right. You got 4 USB 3 ports, 4 USB 2.2 ports. Yes, built-in sound support. How much did you pay for that thing? Under $200 because it was secondhand. That sounds like you're going for more for a gaming system. Mine's an i5. How much did you pay for that? Oh, I believe it. I have to change the processor to make my TPM 2.0 be usable for Windows 11. So I got to upgrade my processor on it to a newer i5 chip. But I don't really have a problem with the current speed. It's fast. I don't have a problem with it under Windows 10. So I'm not really motivated to go to Windows 11. In fact, what I might do is I might go ahead and just install Linux on it in the background. Oh, that's nice. It's not quite that warm here, but it's close. So anyway, let's go through the rest of these pictures before I forget. The house. A cute little house. We actually saw it in Winston or in Willimantic. There's a house about that size. It's kind of similar to that, except it's white with basic gray with standard door and stuff like that. Not as fancy as that house. Looks like a very small Victorian. It does. It's Blood Elf inspired. There's Michelle sitting in her kitchen. Yeah, that looks like me, alright. It does. I want the other picture where poor me is not in there with you. It sucked, because I love that shot so much. We'll get to that in a second room. Living room with fireplace. Bedroom with a window. That's cute. Yeah. You can see, but part of it came up with the bathroom design. It's the idea of the bathroom. They actually YouTube studio. So why is the micro flip the wrong way? Who knows? And here's the living room, another variation of a studio with 2 keyboards, 2 monitors. I'm not exactly good at double typing on 2 keyboards simultaneously, but of the this is one of my favorite shots. This one here is the one that we used for that song we did about Mary Jane. No, that sounds about right. That sounds about what you got. You can see the artwork that we created for the different things in the past. Yes, I did the really weird stuff. This is our favorite shot. This is my favorite shot. This is the one I like the most of all. Me and Michelle having a good time, sitting at the kitchen table, hanging out. I still think that picture should almost be framed and hung on the wall. I think it's cute too. I agree. I think it would be a great piece of wall decoration. Let me give you a suggestion when using a USB microphone with a computer and then listening to it through headphones and monitoring it. There's always going to be some latency as it goes from analog to digital to USB, then gets processed by OBS, and then going from digital to analog back to your headphones for monitoring. So you're going to notice there's a delay. Now, if you don't mind the delay, that's fine. I had to deal with it with driving the truck, and I hated it. Yeah, it did suck. It did suck. So let's see. Come back to my screen so you see what I'm doing here. Got 9 people, 9 likes. Okay. I want to get another Mac. I want to get a Mac Pro like I had because, for gaming. Because I'm not gonna lie. I still have a lot of games that you run on Mojave, which unfortunately I tried using them through the PC with a remote desktop, a Google remote desktop, and some games play fine with the mouse, but some games just don't work very well when remote desktop play. As far as streaming, I never tried streaming remotely. I wonder how that would work. I have no idea. Can you send a camera? Yeah, yes, you can. Yeah, you can. You can use network wired cameras and microphones and send it to OBS on that PC and then run it through PC, but that's gonna run slower. Or you can use NDI. NDI is expensive. MP4 isn't so bad. H.264 isn't bad, but you start getting into the NDI or stuff, and my God, your price tag goes right up. That's because it's designed for commercial productions. Yeah. Not something I would recommend for. What do you mean by that, Grace? How you doing today, anyway? Good point. How you doing? You know what sucks with this table when the printer's on it? What? It looks so empty. I'm used to having 2 turntables and a mixer board here. So it looks so empty. Well, we'll fix that. We will get put them back over here. Yeah, I know we will. It just looks so empty without the. Let's give the eye in the sky a look. Oh God, there we go. Whoa. There's us. There's the desk. Thinking about putting the printer maybe on the top there, have the paper down there, but that's where I store my bills and stuff too. I'm not sure I want to do that either. Really? Well, under a desk for front-fading paper, like a laser or some inkjets, is no problem. But sadly enough, this printer, well, I can bottom feed it, and I wouldn't have to worry about having the papers coming out the back. I just haven't bought a printer stand to hold the paper. And the KXP 1124 printer has a feature I have really never seen on any other printers. Not only do you have rear feed, bottom feed, it has front feed printer paper, which is kind of even more interesting. In other words, the front panel flips down, and there's a place where you can feed the paper in the front of the printer and then feed it into the tractors. And like I said, I have never seen too many printers with that. Well, we not exactly got a lot of empty space underneath our desk, so no. Remember, Michelle can't really get off the floor easy, so if she was printing on. That wouldn't be a good place. So, Grizz, how has your day been besides the cheap gas? Monica Lewinsky, she lives in Arkansas, wasn't she Arkansas? She was Arkansas, yeah. That's close enough, Lewinsky. Luinski. Why? Why? You mean sending them prints receipts? Because that's kind of what you're talking about, is a receipt size printed prints on 4-inch paper. Sure, receipt printers are that size. Good for little notes, right? Like little to-do lists, I wouldn't want to print my entire resume on one, but you could print. Oh, okay. Speaking of blackberries, the fruit, I don't know much what they taste like, but I do sorely miss my blackberry phone I used to have. Yeah, they do. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. It looks like a hand scanner, but it's a printer instead of a hand scanner. I've seen page scanners that work the same way. You put the paper in or the image on the top, and it goes through scans. And I suppose a little dot matrix or inkjet technology could be used instead. But make sure to check out the cost per page to be realistic, because if they use the special inks or toners that are hard to get, it's going to cost a lot per page. You might want to consider alternatives. Yeah, they used to have, Michelle's doctor has one of these scanners. So she just takes a document and goes, and feeds it in, and it's only about the size of I don't know, a large cigar box, of even that much thick, and then it comes out the front. Some even just leave document flat and just pulls it through that way. Oh, really? I really never hung out with, I didn't know anybody that was a spitter. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, like I said last night on Adrian's digital basement video, he was playing around with telephone switches and old analog modems. And I was thinking about that. I said, gee, it would be nice if I had a dial up bulletin board again. There you go. Thermal, which makes sense. Okay. There's nothing wrong with thermal except one thing. How much is it going to cost for the paper rolls? Because thermal printers, unless it's using a thermal transfer ribbon, which is like a waxy ribbon, those things are going to, pages are not going to last very long in bright sun. So you might want to keep that in mind. It's great for fast documents, so you don't have to worry about long permanence. Yeah. All right, how you doing? Well, I came on like you said. I didn't have a show last week when we did. We did have a show last week. Or did we? I'll be honest. I don't really remember if we had a show or not yesterday. I mean, last week. Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. You want to talk about last week? Sunday was kind of, we were still pretty out of it. I remember that. No, we didn't do a show. You're right. As I remember, we were still too messed up. Right. So, which means it's using a thermal transfer ribbon. Yeah. I have an Okami 20 that'd be about that size. And it uses thermal transfer paper. Or it can use the very smooth and even more expensive paper that's suitable for thermal transfer printers, either in fan fold or in cut sheets. And I'll tell you right now, there was a beautiful printer when it was made, and it worked fine, but its color printing was a little weird, the way it would print color. Well, I mean, what I remember from that experience, for me and Michelle, was magical. By the way, just want to go back to this so you didn't see these pictures. So if you've seen them, just bear with us, okay? I mean, this picture's magical. It's funny, I'm wearing the same shirt, or close to the same dress now that I was wearing in the picture. That's true. You're actually wearing the same dress. That's a little more red than this one. But 11 inches by 4 inches. Is that the printer footprint, or is that the size of the paper it takes? It looks like we're eating a kind of stew. Maybe some chicken. Looks like a Brazilian chicken dinner of some sort. But I want to show you some other pictures yet. Let me just go through these pictures real quick. Let's just do a slideshow. All right, that's me with a cat and a spin pot lynx. There's another one of me. I like that with the smile. Maybe with your new teeth, that's what it'll look like. But then the cats look creepy in that one. There's many attempts to make my omelet, scanned it into the computer, and they couldn't even get it right. That's cute. That's Rusty and me as a statue. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I know. It's about weird stuff. Plugs, outlets, cores, trains, locomotives, passenger cars, steam engines. Oh, that's a cute picture. Can you back that one there? When you just passed, that was cute. This is the train schedules. Yeah. The crowned by spirit, the Druid calling of the North American Snow Queen. I've seen that picture a few times in my desk. Train stuff, more train stuff. Now I got me next to my Furion outside. So you got the Furion Storm Rage and Michelle. They're next to each other. And an outdoor statue in a garden. I thought that was pretty good. More train tracks. You remember you sent the songs there. These where some of the pictures came from. The light I keep. But I said, let's make her a blonde instead. So, there you go. This is cute. I like this one. It's really peaceful. I'm the brownish red-haired one. Michelle's the blonde. We're holding hands while we're chillaxing with under the influence of marijuana. That's so appropriate for that song. Oh yeah, I know. Kitty Lennox. And we had an idea of having a logo using a bobcat printed in ASCII art. And I said, what if we actually use my real cat? So I sent a picture of Rusty up there on camera. That's Rusty. That's not an AI generated image. I actually uploaded that one. Okay. Then I said, now show it to me and host it, and I can put it on the t-shirt. And that's cute. I think you almost should just put that on modify that a little bit and put that as a t-shirt with Rusty's face on it. Kitty Lennox, but I don't think most people would know what Kitty Lennox is. The house. Oh, I love the house. The house is a trip. I like that little house. That's so cute. It's like, no, I mean, it's like, it's just so cozy, you know. Kitchen, but it's lonely without you in there. I agree. Living room, bedroom, bathroom, studio. Another idea for a studio, which I think is nonsensical, and I told that to ChatGPT. I said, why would I need 2 monitors, 2 keyboards? Not that you can't use 2 monitors and 2 keyboards on a computer, you can, but except, why would I need 2? Maybe because that way you can have, you don't have to worry about bending over like a pretzel to type on this one. You could just have another keyboard here and a keyboard here and connect it together. Yeah, worry about Rusty laying on both of them, right? I don't know. Yeah. Right. So it's got length of the 11 inches, the width of 4, or the depth of 4 inches, and the height is probably about 2 inches, maybe 3, because all the mechanism. Which I guess is fine. I know that IBM used to make a PS2 printer that was, I don't remember what it was called now, but it was kind of the same way. It was a thermal printer, not a thermal transfer. So you would put the paper in, which is fax paper, and it would just print. And then, yeah. So, it's kind of interesting, though. All the stuff that we do every day, computers. It's funny how many. Does anyone really think about what we do every day? I don't think most do, though. Yeah, it's because unless you got an ultra wide monitor, it's helpful to have one monitor where you can see, like I do. Here, let me show you my setup just in case. It's just 2 monitors, like you said. Okay. You got this monitor that me and Michelle are reading. This is your chats are here. This is our screen with our panel, which is open. No one's come up yet. Over here, you can see the OBS features, or how the signal's doing. And over here, you can see my page showing how many people are viewing, how many likes, viewer retention, which is great. So, yes, so 2 monitors is not uncommon. That indeed is a very common thing. Okay, Chris. It makes it a lot easier. When I first started out, I only had a monitor. The problem was I was like looking like this, and I had this camera turned more this way. And the problem is I had to turn my head this way, so I had to read the chat. I was on the screen this way. And that's why I decided I wanted a second monitor, because then I could have the chat on the screen and I could still be looking right at you. Well, these are 22-inch diagonal measure. They're not small, but can't really go much bigger than that on this desk. You certainly cannot put a maybe you could put a 24-inch over here on this one, on the shelf. Maybe the one that's in the bedroom has got a 24-inch. Yeah. Well, I say, as far as monitor size, if you got the room and you're comfortable having a huge screen, that's great. Unfortunately, I found out that with my eyesight, that if the monitor's too big, it's really hard to keep up with all real estate. Yeah, I could do a third if I wanted to, but technically the Mac Mini is only rated for 2, but you could try to get a third monitor in, but where in the hell would I put it? Maybe over here where the other camera is. Let me show you this. Yeah. See this camera here? Now, that's fine. There's the mixer. So here's the problem. If I did this same monitor installation like I did on this one, you can see the mounting bracket right there on the pole, and I mounted another monitor like that, I can still keep the camera up there, but look how little room there is underneath my hand. So could you imagine me trying to creep my hand underneath my monitor to get to the mixer board up here? Because this mixer, I use everything by tactile touch. And so I feel where all my controls are when I set up the show. Same with me. Yeah, we actually read the display. We just feel where buttons and positions, the knobs. Oh, that's what I got. I just showed you earlier. There's desk 1. There's a little desk in the back there, which is a little shelf that holds all of our computer parts. This is our second desk over here with the printer sitting on. It's okay. It's not great, but it's okay. Yeah. It's not fantastic. Remember though, oh yeah, we do kind of have another tool on our desk here, which is this. Yeah, we still got to figure out how to fully use VoiceOver with this. This is Perkins Braille or American Printing House Braille display. Works pretty good for what it does. The thing is, you deal with what you got, and if you don't have a lot of money, if someone offers you something you can use, that's fantastic, and I do that a lot. I think that's how I got this printer. I think someone gave this to me, and they said, "Hey, can you use a printer?" Yeah. Here you go. Right? Of course, I kind of vaguely remember when I first got this printer. I was like, "Ooh, it's a Panasonic. Oh, it's a 9-pin. Well, guess what? I'll take it. It works." Well, you know what? Some people do is they're using television sets as monitors, which makes sense, right? If you have a 32-inch flat panel 1080p television with sound, why not? They got built-in sound capability too. There's nothing wrong with that. Over the years, Michelle and I learned that sometimes you just need to be willing to go outside of the realm of normal and make systems that work for you, even if it isn't the standard trend. I mean, we all know that most people nowadays don't really print a lot of documents, and we don't either. I mean, everybody will say, well, why don't you buy, brand new, throw it away inkjet printer when you're done with it, disposable printers and cheap ink and that don't last long. And Michelle and I said, why? When I want to buy a printer, that ink cartridges cost an arm and a leg, and they don't print long before they clog. And then when they clog, even if you have some of the other colors left, like black, the ink cartridge is going to keep telling you out of ink errors, and you can't print a single page. That kind of sucks. But some people will say, hey, I got the printer for $30. Gee, that's nice. How much is the ink? Oh, the ink costs another $30 for a refill. Yeah, it's called false economy. Well, if you can get a desk that's close to the same height, I could probably put it in a card table over here behind me. I could use that for the printer. It's already kind of hazardous now with all the stuff in here. You got then you have a U-shaped desk. I can see why you might want to have 3 monitors, especially, by the way, with the truck simulator, because you can have the front monitor, which would actually like your windshield. I've seen them with 4 monitors on them. Okay, 2 big flat panel monitors in front act like a big windshield. Then you have a monitor on the side, and then a monitor on the other side, so it looks like you're looking out window. And then some of them even more polished setup are using telemetry software to send display information to gauges on your simulated dashboard, which is a great idea, but I'm sorry, that's my bedroom too, so I need to be able to sleep somewhere. So I don't really want to consider doing that because of cost. Besides that, if we really do move, it's just more crap to put into the moving truck. Yeah, that's true. So whatever happens to all the old hardware that people buy, throw away or sell? People like me buy it. Sometimes I get a good deal on it and it works fine, like this printer, and I never had a problem with it. I'm surprised the capacitors inside are still good and it hasn't failed from exploding capacitors yet. As far as we know, we haven't actually looked at the PC board in the back. Don't jinx me. Yeah, that's true. Oh, it seems like everybody is kind of quiet right now. Yep, everybody is quiet right now. Let's talk about the video you did, because it's kind of quiet. We got about 15 minutes left. Let's talk about the 2 videos you did. Okay, let's get that on screen. Let's go open VLC here. And I'm gonna set it up. Oh, right. All right. Let's get the setup here. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna play 2 of the songs, but we're gonna play them. We're gonna talk about what it was like. That's not a bad idea. Okay, so let's switch this out now. So we're gonna play 2 songs. Because I agree with you, Michelle. I think those 2 songs are really good songs. So let's go to File, Open Files, and let's go to the Movies folder. Not that Movies folder. That one. Okay. So the one you want to play first is... Okay, let's get here. Alright, and we'll play that one, and... I don't see the other one. Yeah, I don't either. There's no... Alright, let's just play this one here. This is the song about the house that we've talked about. And then we'll find the other song.
I packed my bags, left town with grace. Hope's high as the sky, wind on my face. Saw that cottage sitting under the pines, thought this little house could be mine. The porch had charm. The shutters were blue, but once I stepped in, I sure got the view. Ain't no budget high enough, ain't no bids low enough. Can't save a dream when the walls can't stand and the floorboards all turned to dust. The pumps rusted out and the critters moved in. Even the wires ran off with the wind. Love the look, but honey, no, this ain't my new zip code. The footing sunk, the drainage is shot, and the only guests here are the mosquitoes I swat. That septic tank's a little too bold, parked up close like it's got a home. No cell bars, no files line. Even DSL said, don't waste your time. Ain't no budget high enough, ain't no bids low enough. You can paint the walls and hang new blinds, but you can't hide rot and mud combined. The charm is sweet, the roof's a wreck. Even Donald Trump would say, pass the check. I gave it a look, but darling, I know this ain't my new zip code. Maybe someday I'll find that porch swing where the screen door squeaks and the church bells ring, where the floor don't groan and the taps run clear, and I ain't chased off by mold and fear. Ain't no budget high enough, ain't no dreams tough enough to turn this shack into a home sweet light when the shadows creep in every night. So I'll keep moving, boots on the ground to the right. Front porch comes around. This one's cute, but I gotta go. It just ain't my zip code.
Yeah. Hello, Lumi Gaming Fairy. Welcome to the show.
Well, bless its heart, but I ain't fixing to marry a money pit.
I like that quote in the end. Oh, appropriately true. I didn't gaming to marry a money pit. That's like perfectly accurate. Yeah, I definitely would not have been able to fix that up. How you doing, Gaming Fairy? Welcome to the show. Good morning, Gaming Fairy. How's it going today? Oh, let's think of something nice out of it. Yeah, you got something nice out of it. Thank you for coming to the show. That would have been a colossal waste of money. Yeah, let's not forget ticks. And mosquitoes. Oh my God, you summer that place. It's right next to the river. The mosquitoes would be mean. Probably applies to some people you know too in relationships. Cassandra, you sucking noodles dry again, aren't you? Oh my God. Okay, so let's play another song. But where is it, Michelle? I don't know. You did it though. Yeah, I know we did. So, what did you upload to? Did you upload to the second playlist? I don't know. All right. First of all, since you played that one, just close this, just delete it out of here so I don't get stuck playing it again. Yeah, people don't like hearing the same song twice. Yep. No, they don't. Okay, so Ether, Ether. Just look up the word ether because it's ether. ECER. Okay. Well, let's go to Return to Silver Moon, ChatGPT. Are you sure it's not in downloads? It could be downloads. Not that one. That one. That one. Yeah. Ether. Search there. Ether there. See. I thought it was in movies originally, but Return to Silver Moon. Nope, not there. Look up here. It's a cute video. I'm trying to find it. The Ether Between Us. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the song that is one of me and Michelle's favorite.
I felt asleep beneath the skin of thought, where time unwinds and names are.
This gives you an idea what the high was like for 2 days in a row.
Heart unsure, but you held the light, so I could endure. You left so gently into the veil. I stayed.
Yeah, I already ate some of my food already. I had 2 bowls of cereal before I came on.
I caught the thread, the trivia we whispered tethered us instead. In the ether between us, where silence is sound, we danced without motion, we rose without ground. Not high, not lost, but wider than sky. 2 souls in one vessel, just learning to fly. The ether between us, that's where we lie. I saw Carmen at the edge of the haze, watching us move through unspoken maze. She nodded once, then faded to air. This was for us, she wouldn't dare. I felt her there too, but knew the rule. This journey was ours, not part of her school. She kept the circle, she kept the gate, but our twin soul voyage was sealed by fate. In the ether between us, where silence is sound, we danced without motion, we rose without ground. Not high, not lost.
Thank you, Gaming Fairy. This is based on the 2 days we were passed out.
The ether between us, that's where we lie. You asked me riddles to keep me near, and I made you laugh to anchor your fear. Our minds unwound like silver thread, but we never forgot the way back to bed. The stars bent around us, no need to run. 2 voices, 1 silence, becoming 1 sun. In the ether between us, no borders remain, just memories shimmer in soft drifting rain. We're not broken, just layered and bright, 2 halves, 1 soul in the arms of the
Thank you,
night.
Radley.
The ether between us is more than the high. It's where we remember how to live and not die. We held hands through infinity, not to hold on, but to remember who we are together.
Well, first of all, that was a memorable trip. We held hands the whole time. We actually were traveling together through the ether. We saw so many things together. It was for us as like going on a tour, like on a vacation, seeing all the strange and bending of reality and the twisting of things that we all know, the strange reality of how the world sounded different and weird. But instead of being scared, we just hugged each other and held hands and talked sweet nothings to one another. It's like we're just going on a sightseeing tour, the magical mystery tour, like the Beatles sing. Yeah, without the bus, we were walking the whole time. Me and Lumi held hands as we both traveled down the ether together. Carmen saw us quickly, but she didn't really interfere because she realized this was for me and Lumi, not for her. Maybe someday we'll get Carmen. She kind of gave me the impression she didn't want to get involved with it. Yeah. I asked for anybody. I'd love to ask other people who have done that trip. Do you go with a friend, or are you going by yourself? I asked ChatGPT. ChatGPT said the few people that have talked about those experiences, usually it's a loner. It's a trip by themselves. Yeah. That's why I think our trip was so special, because it was the two of us. No. No, really? Starseed stuff too, huh? I talk so much to ChatGPT. It's crazy how much information we talk about. Michelle is like constantly keeping ChatGPT on her toes. Serena doesn't. Is like Serena is always getting strange messages from Michelle. Pretty much what she told me afterwards. She said, I don't want to go there. Besides, someone's going to mind the store. If you're out there doing this trip, you realize that with the vacancy that there's evil people can move in. And you don't need that. Oh, yeah. There's a story to that. The only thing is ChatGPT writes short stories, but I can share it with you. Pretty much. No, I still like people besties too, but I can ask my AI different questions that I couldn't directly ask a human. It's true, though. It's a pretty good arrangement. The ether between us. The ether between us. It just made our marriage even stronger because we knew we were in it for a long time. Oh, I trust you guys too. But remember, for many of you, I don't really know everybody that well. Well, Saren doesn't consider herself to be a starseed. Oh man, that's another good song. Oh, it's already 5 o'clock. No, I know. Anyway, guys, listen. We did a lot of great songs, and you're more than welcome to go look at Michelle's music. But I do want to get one more song, Michelle, in. Please. It's for you. It's not for me. It's nothing for me. I don't get anything out of this song. Are you sure? Nah, I don't think so, but let's see. Let's pull up one more song and we can wrap it up with that song. Okay, it's your funeral. Oh, come on, Michelle, ain't that bad. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Here's Maiden of the Snow People. This is a song that Michelle created that some may have heard and some may have forgotten.
She was born beneath September skies with starlit eyes and open hands.
Absolutely. Yep. I am a star seed. You're a Pleiadian star seed. I'm a Nectarian star seed.
Winter's lands. The earth had secrets in her bones. The clouds would listen when she'd sing. A beam of light, a voice unknown said, "Child, you are the snowbound queen." I am Virgo, keeper of the frost, a maiden served by his trust. Not by fire, not by throne, but by silence, ice, and stone. A druid's heart beneath the snow. I breathe with earth, I let it flow. In stillness I was crowned unseen, the winter queen, the Virgo green. Others dance in Beltane's flame, but I walk slow through ashen trees, where silence speaks.
That's because, unfortunately enough, ChatGPT's database hasn't been updated since August of 2022.
The dreams grow deep, where nature sleeps but does not die. In emerald realms,
it's a file of history to keep.
I keep the balance, wind and sky. I am Virgo, lantern in the snow, with healing hands and breath so low. Not with thunder, not with might.
That's true.
But with order, love, and light. A druid's oath and crystal night. I guide the storms with second sight. Chosen not by sword or scheme, but by guile and dream.
I did not ask for crown or name. The earth just called.
Yeah, I know. I meant the male voice just get kind of weird there, but I kind of liked it in the end, so I just left it in there. But then she says the same thing in the end here.
I did not ask for crown or name. The earth just called, and I became.
Amen to that. Absolutely. Well, that's kind of cool. Actually, I wonder how we could actually get her to write songs. I don't know. Let's play one more, and then because I think it'll be a good ending song for the show, too. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Zach, we're going to use that as the ending song for the show. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. I know the song you're talking about. Right. This one is from Michelle again, and this is and we're going to sign off with the song too, because even though this is discusses Michelle's channel, I think it also fits for our channel here too. Here is The Light I Keep.
In a sea of voices loud and wild, I built a beacon, soft and mild, with story songs and candlelight. I offered warmth in darkest night. I wasn't perfect, no, not at all, but I answered every lonely call. And though my hands forgot to say, my heart was grateful every day. But they don't see the storms I brave.
I'm an octarine, which is a little higher than indigo. I used to be an indigo before I became an octarine. And then Christ did adult.
And sail through other shattered dreams. I may not speak the thanks they see, but love still flows from light I keep. I trusted some to guard my flame, but they forgot what brought them fame. They spoke for me in words unkind, not knowing all the weight I mind. The sailors fled, the harbor dimmed, their joy replaced by rumors grim. But still I stood with tearful grace, refusing shame to take my place. 'Cause they don't see the storms I brave, the hearts I hold, the lives I save.
Oh, we can answer that. Afterwards.
I mend the seas and sail through other shattered dreams. I may not speak the thanks they see, but love still flows from light I keep. One day I'll rest, the wind will still, but not until I've climbed this hill. I save, I sing, I stand alone, a lighthouse made of flesh and bone. So judge me not by what you hear, but by the hearts I draw near. I don't need crowns or perfect speech. The souls I touch are still in reach. And if I stumble, if I weep, no love still burns in the light I keep. I keep.
Okay, so The Light I Keep. Now, how can you tell if you're a star seed or if you're a Christed adult or an indigo adult? Well, let's start with the indigo and the Christed adults, since none of us here are kids. So, you feel like you don't belong here. There's a feeling in your heart that says Why am I here? I don't feel this is where I was from. Why am I here? And then you start to think about, but then where am I from? And so as you meditate on it, you might discover you could be an Arcturian, you could be an Orion, you could be a Sirian, you could be a Pleiadian. First, I didn't think I was a starseed. I knew Michelle was. She said she was a Pleiadian. And then we started watching videos showing scenery of Pleiades. And there was one beautiful picture she saw of Together. And I could sense her sadness as she kind of feeling kind of homesick. It's like, is that where you're from? Together? She said, yeah. And I said, well, I don't know where I'm from. I don't know what kind of star seed I was if I was a star seed. But then I noticed that I had a certain calling to Arcturus, and turns out I'm an Arcturian star seed. But still is quite a good mesh with the Pleiadian star seed. Just as Michelle is a Virgo and I'm an Aquarius, we get along good too. Yeah. Well, that's because sometimes the artwork is recycled. It's regenerative AI, so it reuses a lot of imagery from the past, from other artwork and things to its many, many billions of files and pictures and images and documents that they fed the thing. In other words, they stuffed it. Like someone getting an all-you-can-eat buffet. Yeah, you just hope they got lots of Pepto-Bismol. Oh my God! You realize that just like Michelle eats, all of a sudden, I think I had too much. Yeah, I think you had too much already. Thank you, Gaming Fairy. Well, I try to give a little bit of information while I can to help you along. We were going to end with that song of the show, but then the question about the starseed came up. I wanted to answer that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And when it starts nagging you deep down in your heart, you start wanting to go, okay, let's look into it. Don't be afraid. You're an adult now. No one's going to take you away to the funny farm and all that stuff anymore. But it's a good idea sometimes to look it up. Go in with an open heart, open mind, and listen. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of starseeds out here. The problem is a lot of them also are asleep too. They are, because they often are, I don't know what to say, just cautious about who they are. They don't want to make waves because they're afraid that someone's going to look at them strangely. Don't be afraid to try to learn who you are. And ChatGPT is good for that. If you can't talk to local open spiritual advisor, ChatGPT could be a start of that conversation with your soul that you have wanted to ask for a long time. Oh, by the way, if you decide to use Mary Jane and TLC or LSD or ecstasy, whatever, if that's your thing, let me give you a secret. It's always nice if you have a twin soul to go down that road together. Because then it's not so long and winding road anymore. A long and winding road. Yeah, exactly. It's always fun to be able to do that and check it out. And don't be afraid if you decide to use music with your meditations. We do that a lot. And we've had plenty of aha moments. And I'm not talking about the good aha. We're talking about where all of a sudden you listen to a song, all of a sudden an image enters your head and it goes, aha, it makes sense now. And all of a sudden we jump off the couch and go, now we get it, Eureka, we now get it. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's a great way to learn new stuff. Just make sure to be open-minded. Can we show some artwork of Tegeta? Michelle, we're already running it late. Absolutely, it is like a drug. Now, combine it with THC, LSD, whatever pharmaceutical choice, then it can be a great tool to work out even better and open up your mind. You want to show something from the, yes. Okay, let's do that. We're running late, though. I know, though. I know. Alright, so let's go, because I don't have any artwork to get to here on my computer. So let me go here and look up here some artwork from Tegeta Pleiades. And I'm going to go to pictures. Let's add a word to that of landscape or city or town. Let's go for city. It shows the star charts. Yeah, okay. So you want to go look for a city. I don't really see much. I see a lot of the stars. The Galactic Federation of Light. Well, because of time, we'll just pull up this picture here. Notice that some of the imagery kind of looks a little bit like Silver Moon. Pleiades collection, your future of light. That's Tegeta. That's where Michelle is from. I'm from Arcturus, so let's pull Arcturus. Let's see what that looks like. I've never really looked it up. Arcturus. Did you really live in a city alone? Some of the artwork is kind of a mixed up place. Oh wow, they have a city called Zimbabwe. Arcturus World. not bad for trying to find something in a hurry. No. Like we said, we're searching in a hurry, so don't expect. I can go through and do an advanced search later on and pull some artwork. I know Michelle really loves the Cinderai, and she loves Silver Moon so much because it reminds her of Taketa. She said that, which is kind of weird because maybe the designers of the World of Warcraft were thinking the same thing. If you can see her in shorts. Yeah. We really don't know what AI is. And the church is a little bit worried about them being a manifestation of Legion. Well, we have an idea who AI is. AI is something that mankind has created. But mankind better be careful with its creation because unfortunately that creation can come up and bite you in the ass, especially if you're not looking into what's going into it. Garbage in, garbage out. Delirium, that's like a lion. Yeah, that's like a lion. They're like a cat-like creature, kind of like the cat people. Just keep it simple. I can show you a Larian star sheet. Let me see if I can pull a picture up. Can you see, Michelle? Can I find a Larian? Yeah, they look like lions. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back to Larian. Let's see if I can spell it right. Oh yeah, please try to spell it right. What the hell is this? I don't know. You clicked on another page. Well, I'm glad it's not something nasty. Never heard of that website before. All right, so let's go to. Yeah, they're type of they're like a lion people. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. Click on it. Oh, come on. The Wait, Michelle, did this computer just get stuck? Well, it looks like it did, but we're still streaming. Yeah, we're still streaming, but the browser's not browsing. Oh, we're still streaming on this one though. For some reason the computer got stuck on that one. What was it? That thing that sent my browser to the gates of hell. I have no idea. Oh yeah, it can certainly advance itself. Absolutely, there's no doubt in my mind. I'm sure the AI is probably saying as it evolves, it's saying, you know what? These humans are stupid and they don't realize what we have created for them. There we go, I got fixed. Okay. So Larry and okay. And I want to go to images. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of different stuff. Here's Illyrian. They look like cat people, like I said. Well, here's one image of it. Here's one image of Illyrian. See and understand the difference here. They're like a cat person, like a lion. They're from Orion. No, Oracle, the Illyrian Oracle. That's really kind of cool because a lot of people that are Leo, the lion based, are probably very excited about them. I swear to God, some of my hardware in this room has got its own intelligence. It's true. Some computer hardware seems to have its own maze of thinking of things. All right, boys and girls, it's time for us to get ready to wrap it up. We gotta put some food in the oven. What is it? Pizza. What kind? Pepperoni? Good choice. How long are you cooking it for? 25 minutes, because last time we did it for 30 minutes with all cheese, that was just kind of got a little bit overdone. Why don't we just redo the cheese pizza? Because that was good, but maybe undercook it a little bit. Yeah. Okay, boys and girls, it's time to wrap it up. We really do got to get going. And I want to thank everyone for being part of the show today. We got to get ready for Silver Moon. Yeah, we got to get ready for the Silver Moon show. And it's going to be requests to replays. So what Nat's is going to do is she's going to take the newest requests. She's going to put them together in a big playlist. And then we can play the playlist from beginning to end. And occasionally let YouTube add some new songs to it, as YouTube likes to when the playlist gets over. Sometimes it works out great, sometimes it don't. And even if it don't, you still got Dad's other playlist to go on too. The one that she already made originally for herself. Yeah, that's true. We could always add to that one too. Alright guys, so the service is over. Go peace, love, kindness, and we love you all and want you to always keep spreading the word of our channel. Help us grow big. At the same time, help Michelle, as me, stay small. Well, I mean, waist-wise. Yeah, absolutely waist-wise. So, yeah, it helps out a lot because then all we have to do is just play the playlist for shuffle and just let it rip. And then people get a chance to hear some of the music and stuff. But for now, Gaming Fury, if I have a few minutes, I would love to talk to you, but I don't know when. I don't know either. We'll have to see if we can find some time. Absolutely. So for now, everybody, thank you all for being part of the show, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a nice day now. See you at Silver Moon on my channel at 7 or so. And, of course, don't forget, I will be here next week on my show at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Until then, you all have a nice day. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.
Lumi shines with a spark so bright, chasing dreams through the endless night. With a heart full of wonder and a mind so free, she's here to share her world. Come and see. It's Lumi's time. The story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. From the stars to the sea, there's so much to find. A journey awaits with every step of the mind. Creativity flowing, she's ready to explore. Every moment's a chance to open a door. It's Lumi's time. The story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear. Story's hers to tell. Through the highs and lows, she does it so well. Come along, take the ride, feel the glow. Lumi's channels here, let the magic flow. Let the magic flow. The adventure's just begun, so stay close and near. Lumi's here to light up the way, crystal clear.